Alrighty, we are here. We're live. We're back on Lotus. So welcome to round 2 of the Valorant playoffs. We are in Division 2 today, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. We're in Division 1 today. We're in Division 2 or Division 3 on Tuesday, but today we moved on up to Division 1 to watch Chippewa Falls versus WIHSEA West. Both of these teams coming off of very, very dominant victories in their first round of the playoffs. WIHSEA West, I think, won 13-3, and Chippewa Falls won 13-4. So, two very good teams going head-to-head on Lotus, a very attack-sided map. And I like the comps coming out, very, very speedy on both sides. I'm interested to see this Brimstone pick. I didn't even say who's on what side. So starting on defense is I believe WIHSEA West is defense. There we go. Okay, I had it in my notes somewhere. But WIHSEA West on defense, Chippewa Falls is going to be on offense. But yeah, as I said, it's going to be interesting to see how this Brimstone gets played because you only have the 3 smokes. You're limited to those 3 smokes. Meanwhile, Omen on WIHSEA is gonna have cycling smokes. He's gonna be able to throw them, not really care about where he's throwing them. It's gonna come back eventually, you know. So it's gonna be interesting to see how they play. But we are starting towards the A side with Chippewa Falls on attack here. All 5 players stacked towards A main. Gonna start making that noise. Idle is gonna be jumping out, spotting just a little bit. Smoke's coming out. Door does get open. He tries to TP past, but ends up getting blocked by 7 high with the instant trade. As Chippewa Falls starts their move into into tree. Zeeb able to take 1 player down, but not able to get the second onto Red Rooster. 3v3. 1 player very low on the side of Chippewa Falls. Idle just looking for info.
1 enemy remaining.
2, leaving Oni all alone. Nemo able to finish him off. A very clean round to start for WIHSEA West. All overall. Zeeb with a very nice shot. I wish I had a replay system, but very nice shot. Just swung out, 1 tapped onto, I forget exactly who, but yeah, able to just swing out and get that pick pretty effortlessly, which is very, very nice to see. Going into the anti-eco here for WIHSEA West. Gonna maybe push up into B main here. It's kind of what it looks like.
All missiles away.
Being made, but just putting Mui there. Dog doesn't clear, but does get cleared by Red, but gets taken out by Demons pretty quickly. 7 left on very low HP.
Been beacon down.
Inside, just push out inside.
Last player standing.
Getting 3 on the round.
Spike down B.
Doesn't end up getting the 4th, but a very clean round once again for WIHSEA, only losing the 1 gun in the Bucky, but Timo able to run over there, pick it up. But they're going to be able to buy into this next round, so it's not too much of a worry losing that Bucky. Only 850 credits, so nothing too crazy. As Chippewa Falls going into their first buy round, 5 rifles in their hand, so they're looking to at least get themselves on the board here, you know, do some damage. They move towards C. Temo is gonna get met. Has the TP ready to just, you know, take that shot. Leave. Does so right on cue. Gets that info. Smoke's coming in. There's a lot of noise being made outside of Mound. Kai maybe waiting for them to open door. It looks like they might. They might try. 7 kind of itching towards that door. Temo's droning out, clearing that space. Sees that nobody's in B main or deep in C. And they do know that almost all of Chippewa Falls is going to be Temo has the trip go off. Zeeb with 2. very quick back to back.
One
Only trying
enemy
to trade it out,
remaining.
but Idyllic just coming in and sweeping the floor with with that Vandal there that they picked up. But very, very well played. A very good hold by WIHSEA, bringing them to a 3-0 start. Losing that round's pretty big. You know, as I said, this is an attack-sided map, but WIHSEA's showing that, you know, they have the speed. They have Omen TP. They have Chamber, who can pretty much lock down C on his own. So they're going to be able to spread out pretty evenly, or while still like keeping that space strong. Is what excuse me. 7 swinging out into A main, gets a little bit of damage done onto Idyllic, but nothing too crazy. Kai swings out and gets red, which is pretty big to start. 7 with the ghost, not able to do a whole ton of damage. Louis does end up bringing it to a 5v3, leaving the last 2 players stuck in this A main. Idyllic swinging, getting 2.
Spike down A.
Finishing off
Flawless.
4 straight for WIHSEA West. As I said, they are going to be they're able to get these holds pretty quickly. They're doing a lot of early round aggression, which is kind of what you need to do on defense. You got to one of my coaches used to say you got to do push and pull. So if you're on C and your teammates on A are pushing up, you got to stay on site C. You know, you can't push up unless you're doing a set play where you're just crunching, you know. But I like how WIHSEA West is playing this so far. They're taking their space, they're taking their time, and playing reactively very well. 7, the rest of Triple Vault coming onto the site. See, first one down. Kai stuck in breakable. Red able to get the pick on the Temo.
Last
Demons also
player
getting Idyllic,
standing.
leaving just Kai all alone in breakable. Trying to do as much damage as possible with this Spectre. Does get 1, but ends up getting taken out with Chippewa Falls getting their first of the game, looking to claw back. They're only down 3 now. I mean, 4 rounds total is not that bad. You know, they're gonna be able to, Oh, I don't think I can pause. I cannot pause. This is not good. I am unable to pause the game. I am not able to type, so this is not good. We're gonna have possible 4v5 round here. The timer is going. Yeah, this is not good. It might end up just being a round for I gave myself the ability, but I guess I did not. Yeah, I am not able to type, so this is great.
30 seconds left.
I do not know what to do in this situation. WIHSEA is going to be getting the round here, which is very
10 seconds
unfortunate.
left.
I thought that I gave myself the ability to pause the round, but I did not. And I have no way of telling the players to continue their match as if it's just a 4v5. There we go. Okay, they're using their timeout. Yeah, this is very unfortunate. It looks like one of the players did disconnect. That's the rough thing with high schools, or just schools in general. You know, you have those technical difficulties because you got all those computers doing strenuous tasks. But as I said, they are using their timeout, which is kind of unfortunate. But I don't believe that timeouts are allowed in this league. So having the timeout is good in this situation. But yeah, let's we can talk about the teams. So I'm liking what I'm seeing out of Wausau West. They're pushing up into these choke points, into the like A main. I'll use that last round as an example. They made a ton of space on they made a ton of space up A main, and then by getting all the information that, hey, there's like at least 4 people here, the rest of the team that was on B and C was able to push up and kind of pinch they should be going. They have all their players. It looks like 7 is in the game. I do not know why the round is not being played out. This is very unfortunate that I'm not able to
30 seconds left.
Yeah, so it looks like we're going to have a little bit of a tech pause here. We're going to probably go out of the game. But yeah, so
10 seconds left.
Where's my little... There we go. Yeah, we're having a couple of technical difficulties at the moment, so we will be right back as we try to fix those. And yeah, I will be back shortly. It's going to go a little quiet for a little bit, but yeah, we'll be back in just a second. Alright, it looks like we're just going to get right back into it. That is my bad. Just trying to fix a couple little issues, but we're going back into it. We were unable to
One
fix
enemy
rounds, but a very quick round. Gonna be 6 pretty quickly there for Wausau West.
My ballistics
But yeah,
select easy kills. And if they don't,
nothing too crazy.
You can't complain if you're there.
I believe only 1 or 2 round. Was it 2 rounds? It might have been. I think it was 1 round lost so far. So pretty even. I believe they kind of just traded rounds to make it a little bit more even, and then they started. I was unable to fix any of the issues.
All missiles away.
There's no audio for the stream. That is funky.
Locating targets.
Oh, wait, there is audio for the stream. I am just behind. Okay, there we go. We're
One
good.
suppressed.
Pretty early picks, 4-4 early on this round. Kai pushing up A main as Chippewa Falls moving towards A.
Face your fear!
Kai's gonna have a pretty good flank here. Idyllic and Zeeb trying to hold down this
Spike
A the best they
planted.
can. Spike does go down. Demons with the kill onto Kai to deny that flank as Idyllic and Zeeb pushing out the Oni who is stuck in the tree, only 30 HP, swinging out, trying to get the pick. Does end up stopping the plant. It is halfway. Timo with a nice shot to finish off Demons there, bring it to 7
My ult
to
is
2
ready. No fireworks today, I'm afraid.
on the game.
Please do not mistake my smile. I take this all very seriously.
Alrighty, going into this 10th round of the half.
Focus
Walsall
now.
West up
Eyes
by
off me.
5 after some technical difficulties. They did end up trading rounds, so it worked out in the end. But Tamo with the operator doesn't get a hit. Able to TP out and finishes what he started. Idyllic also with the pick. Swings out. It gets a second one, but
Spike
7
down,
able
C.
to end that
Last
reign of
player
terror.
standing.
Louis just with some beautiful shots onto 7 and Demons there to finish off the round. It's 6 round lead, and it is 8 to 2 for Walsall West. Looking very good so far. Idyllic just hitting some very nice shots, making some good plays, you know, not overstepping their boundaries, but like doing what they need to do. You know, they're putting in that work. As it looks like they are going to be pushing down A main. I like the switches. You know, they're aggressive, but not only down A main. Sometimes teams just they only push A main, give up a lot of space. But we're gonna get a pretty good looking fight here. Bowie up onto Rubble. Does not hear Rooster able to get Idyllic. I am missing all the action.
Spike down A.
Milk bringing it to a 2v3 in favor of Chippewa Falls. Milk doesn't get taken out by
Spike down
Kai.
A.
7
One enemy
getting the
remaining.
last pick. Temo with just the operator in hand. 7 and Demons on this A site. Gonna be moving towards tree. 7 swinging out, finds Temo and brings another round into the hands of Chippewa Falls. They're hoping to make it an 8-4
Last
half
round
here.
in the half.
Do their best. But yeah, that round was just so chaotic. There was so much going on. With Red getting 2 very, very big
I can buy
picks
for
on
you, my
Mui
treat.
and Idyllic there. Both of those players have been starting to, or Mui has been starting to heat up, and Idyllic,
That's a good
you know,
start.
they've been hot all game. So they've been getting that pick. Pretty to set the tone for the rest of the round there. It was very, very well played out. From there, some deep tail missiles in A main just to try to, you know, throw him off a little bit. Doesn't get any information whether or not any players are in main there. Oni and the rest of Chippewa Falls, except for Demons here, they're running without smokes. Get the pick on 7. Mui with the Odin and tree. Just the excess of money is just
One enemy
very
remaining.
prevalent here.
Spike
Demons
down
trying to do
A.
their best with an operator, but not able to do a whole ton with so many different angles to try to fight. Just not able to pull that one out.
Switching
Bring
sides.
it to a 9-3 as we switch over to the second half. Walsall West looking very, very good so far, up by 6. hoping to keep that momentum going into the second half, into their attack half. But yeah, look at as I said, you know, they're idyllic. Zeeb's looking really good, winning that fight in the ISO ult. You know, just like they're winning their fights real good right now. I don't really know how to say it, but they're doing very well. They're winning their fights. They're taking their timings well. You know, they're just performing well in general. I mean, both of these teams are doing well. It's unfortunate that we had some technical difficulties, which makes the round, you know, look a little more skewed than they mayhaps would have been. But yeah, it looks like we're getting a pretty slow start. Oni's turret's getting a little bit of information. Zeeb does make a little bit of noise, but we're getting some action here onto this C site. It looks like we are going to be ending it towards C. Milk is going to be playing close. As we get a TP on the site, Buoy up on the box. Red even the round out, and then eventually make it a 2v3 in favor of Chippewa Falls. But
last player standing.
Red Rooster with some beautiful shots. Able to get 4 on the round there, and just absolute beauty of a retake there by Chippewa Falls. Not even allowing the spike to get planted. That's pretty big. I mean, especially on these early rounds, you know, having the spike get planted, that's a couple hundred extra credits in each of the players' pockets. That could be some util. That could mean an upgraded weapon. That could be more armor. You know, it's the small things, they start to add up. So being able to deny that is very big for Chippewa Falls as we go forward into their anti-eco. A lot of players from WIHSEA are going to be pushing down this A main. Maybe finding a timing here, but Red does get taken out by Idyllic as Milk swings out and gets an instant trade there. Does get pushed back by
Bring them down.
The nade, but
Last player
able to get
standing.
taken out. Idyllic with 3 on the round. Temo finishing it off in an anti-eco conversion for WIHSEA. Really swings the whole rest of this half in their favor. I mean, they took all those guns away from Chippewa Falls. I mean, they are going to be able to buy up those rifles as we can see on the bottom there, but as I said, their economy is in shambles if they lose this round. So it's going to be very interesting. Chippewa Falls needs to win this round in order to have any sort of chance. I'm going to be very honest. It's going to be very difficult to go up against this WIHSEA West team without these rifles. But Red Rooster opting to go with just the Ghost, hoping to maybe get a hero rifle at some point. Not able to do any damage to Red Rooster. Zeeb picks up their first on the round, making it a very quick 5v3 in favor of WIHSEA West as we get some aggressive. Zeeb swinging out, and Zeeb and Idyllic get taken out, and it's almost an even round at this point. 7 making it even. Oni pushing in, not able to pick up Mui, leaving just 7 all alone. Not a whole ton of time left on this spike either. Mui with a beautiful blind and a very nice swing out to secure that round. A very good attempt made by Chippewa Falls there. That's getting Idyllic and Zeeb in the same in that, like, as they were pushing out into CT there, it was almost won them the round. I mean, as I said, you know, now their economy is very broken, but I mean, so is WIHSEA's. I mean, they have the operator, they have 3 rifles, but Temo with just their sheriff, it looks like it's going to be. It's only go for a little bit of an aggressive angle here. Zeeb with the operator pushing out, not able to get the pick on the Oni. Oni doing a bunch of damage, but not able to get a pick of their own. Zeeb taking a lot of damage in the meantime. There's Idyllic just going to be able to swing out, pick up Rooster, get that A site.
Spike planted.
I don't believe he knows that Temo is right behind him. Here's Here's the reload.
Teleport's ready.
Swings out,
Adieu.
gets the pick. Gets a stinger. Not a whole ton of range there, but he has the Sheriff. 7 trying their best to get onto the site.
Last player
Not
standing.
able to do it. Temo noting that information on where Milk is, but Zeeb gets the final kill. Bring us to match point in
Match
favor
point.
of Wausau West. Very, very well done so far. As Idyllic 27. This is very impressive by them so far. Yeah, they're just doing good, you know. they're having a good time. But going into match point, Chippewa Falls gonna need 8 rounds straight. 7 trying to make a hero play. Steve grabbing the orb. 7 does get 1, but it's 4-2 already.
Grenade is
4-2
live.
already. Wausau West just looking to close it out and book their ticket to state here. A lot of info
Flank planted.
being held.
My
They
ultimate
know
is
that
ready.
flank isn't there. Milk and Oni. Vandal and a Bulldog. Gonna have to
Go ahead.
this one out for
Stand
their
your
team.
ground.
Last
We
player
get flushed
standing.
out by the tail. Temo just barely missing the shots. And Idyllic
Attackers win.
with the final kill of the game.
I'm so
A
proud.
13-4, very deja vu victory for Wausau West there. Back-to-back 13-4 wins. But yeah, they are going to state. That's going to be not this upcoming weekend, but the weekend after. That's Saturday already. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. Congratulations to Wausau West on making it to state. Congratulations on a great season there for Chippewa Falls. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you guys at state. Have a great rest of your day.